makes such a big difference. Look at the size of that. Look how thin this one is. You have to actually walk in sideways like that. Good morning from the Limes in Maldon. Look at what we woke up to this morning. Blue sky leading out to the rolling Essex hills. Oh, I really hope it stays like that today. That is a glorious sight. So, plan for the day. We're about to head down for breakfast now, which is, I think, can't see it from here, but just in that courtyard. So we'll take you down with us. After that, we're going somewhere, well, later in the day, we're going somewhere that I've been researching all day. One of the oldest churches in the UK, just sat completely by itself, right on the edge near the water. So we'll take you there with us today, of course. Go and see some vineyards as well, but we're going to go downstairs, pack up, then we're hitting the road. This is one of the best looking hotel breakfasts I've ever seen, and the coffee. How often do you get proper coffee art from a hotel in the morning? That is top level. I'll be completely honest, this is actually the second coffee, so I have tried it. It's delicious, but I've been painfully waiting for about 5 minutes for Monica to photograph, and I don't want this to get cold, so I'm going to tuck in. But this, I mean, you can come here, the people who've been coming here specifically just for breakfast, not just staying in the hotel. That's how I'm up there, so you can come here for breakfast or for the hotel. But what a place. Okay, it's tucking in time. This place, whether it's Luigi's Alfresco, the restaurant, or the Limes Hotel, it's got a feeling of somewhere that's very, very soon going to win awards, because it is exceptional. Whether it's the meal we had yesterday or the breakfast or the room itself, everything is of the highest level, and it's worth coming to Maldon specifically to actually come here, whether it's just for food or the hotel. It is a high quality establishment.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Ooh.
Oh, the sun's out. It makes such a big difference. May even need to get my cap, it's that nice. We've been watching these about 4 men setting up this jetty over there. I don't know if they're getting it ready for something, because here, Burnham-On-Crouch, it is a sailing mecca. Because out here, these aren't fishing boats. These are all of them, I think, sailing boats. I think something like once a year there's a huge sailing regatta. So here in the UK, this is one of the key places for sailing, and that's why there's a lookout post, I guess, where you can have your drinks and enjoy watching all of the sailing going on. And I promise, Monica, This will be the last time I say anything Viking related, but 1,000 years ago, 10 miles that way, the other side of the River Crouch was the Battle of Latchingdon, which was between Danish leader Canute and King Edmund Ironside. Edmund Ironside lost Canute, forced him this side of the River Crouch, and then Canute became King Canute of England. There's history all around this area of Essex. It's absolutely fascinating. We'll have a walk in a bit, just enjoy my green tea and make the most of this sun. Oh, I really hope it stays for the whole day. I have to give you one fun fact before we properly walk around. In 1650, John Washington, who was local to these areas, he was one of the first Englishmen to emigrate to the USA. His great-grandson, George Washington, the first ever president of the US, his great-grandfather came from this very area. That's a claim to fame. Love these little old doors. Look at the size of that. Burnham-On-Crouch was a smuggler's paradise in hundreds of years gone by. Contraband from Holland, Belgium and France would come across the border into Burnham-On-Crouch, and it was said that at some point in time the majority of residents here in Burnham-On-Crouch were in some capacity involved in the smuggling, so a lot of money was made here through possibly not always legal means. Well, that one was short. Look how thin this one is. You have to actually walk in sideways like that.
Troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I can be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
Well, this is a first. We're about to pop into Clayhill Vineyard, I think meet the owner, and I will be able to try, for the first time ever in my life, some English wine grown from these very grapevines here. What a setting as well. You've got all of the river down at the bottom there, just with these fields of grapevines around us. So we're going to pop in there. I think we're even going to have a bite to eat. I've noticed some tables outside. I'm getting hungry even after that breakfast, so let's pop in, grab a bite to eat, bit of wine tasting. If I have too much wine, I'll just get Monica to ride. Well, we've just had a little tour from the owner, Dale. Look at this for a view, overlooking this. Well, in fact, I was about to say, guess what it is? I was so far out, I'll just tell you, this is 20 acres of vineyards right here, what you see. Guess how many bottles of wine you can make from this 20 acres of vineyard? 60,000 a year. From right here, they've doubled in size in the past 10 years or so. What a view of the Crouch River, which is literally just where we were along the coast there. The coffee shop and cafe here, in fact, I'll just flip it around. So you can sit here, or you can sit here in this raised bit out of the wind today. And it's open Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So for anyone wanting some sandwiches, I can smell them baking in there at the moment. On the off days, they're baking the cakes and things like that. So there's a glorious smell inside. Open 3 days a week. You can buy the wine here as well. And what a setting. I mean, it's lovely now. Sorry, Monica almost just fell over. It's lovely now, but imagine it with blue sky as well. Stunning setting. I was shocked at how massive this vineyard is, but Dale assures me that actually this 20-acre site is not especially big at all. In fact, just over there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mid-green shade field there, and that is a 100-acre vineyard site. 100 acres, it's 5 times this size. Apparently there are vineyards popping up all over Essex and Suffolk, so it's a bit of a booming industry at the moment. English wine is in demand. Who would have guessed it? This is very special because, being an English wine grower, they are never going to be able to compete with the Italians with regards to how much wine and the cost of each bottle. So there's no point Clayhill Vineyard selling, for example, to the supermarkets. The margins would be too low and it's not done in big enough quantities. So the only place you can buy some Clayhill wine is right here in this specific farm shop right here. I should say specific cafe right here. So you get to taste a very, very unique wine specific to this exact vineyard here with those beautiful views. And on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, of course, you get to have a bite to eat as well while enjoying it. It's a magical feeling having a glass of wine while looking over the vineyard where the wine or where the grapes were grown to make the wine. It's a great feeling. We found it. This fairly unassuming looking building ahead of us. You would never guess the historical importance of this building. It just sits all by itself in a field. You'd have no idea just how old this building is because there's nothing around it. There's no entry fee to come and see it. There are no special barriers or things to protect it. It's still there just as a normal building that anyone can walk past. Get ready for a mini history lesson because this is beyond fascinating. The chapel of St. Peter on the Wall. The age built by Bishop said in 660. That means this is 1,360 years old. So much historical importance is placed on this church that it's a Grade 1 listed building, meaning it's a place of exceptional historical importance. And it sits here for anyone to use. In fact, it's still used as a place of worship. The interesting thing about it is, from the year 660 up until about the 1500s, there is almost no history of this at all. It goes completely blank until about the 1600s, when this went into disrepair and it was actually used as a farm for animals for a point. Now it's back as a church, but it was built on the foundations of an old Roman fort, and in fact some of these bricks that Bishop said used, or some of the stones that he used, were from that original Roman fort. What a building, 1,360 years old, just standing here in the middle of a field with the sea just in the distance, maybe a mile away or so, down this old track. Incredible. Wow. It's the thing that strikes you, it's so simple, but the history here is on another level. One of the oldest churches in the UK. And you can see, still used as a church to this day. You've got all of the pamphlets and the stuff for the local community there. I can recognise all of this from the materials used to build the chapel over there. You can see so many different shells in the chapel walls. I was reading inside the chapel, they had a bit of history about Bishop said. 4 years after building that chapel, he headed north to Yorkshire with 29 other monks, so 30 in total. Bishop said, and 28 other monks contracted the plague and died from the plague. Just one of those 30 monks actually survived and returned here to the chapel of St. Peter on the Wall. Incredible, incredible history. But we'll wrap it up here we're right next to the sea. We'll wrap it up here. It's been hugely eye-opening. I wanted to say a massive thanks to Visit Essex for organising this entire, just superb 2-day trip. Our eyes have been hugely open to Essex, and it's somewhere that's so accessible, whether it be for Londoners or people from around the local area. There's so much to see, so much beauty and history, and the people of Essex, oh, they're a lovely bunch. So we'll wrap it up there. And what a great way to get into the swing of what I hope to be an amazing British summer. Thank you so much everyone for coming along. Please do give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.